What's up, guys? We are your hosts, Gina and Emelita.
And you are listening to episode 38 of Candid Cloud Convos. So we have some very exciting news this week again. It never gets old. Never gets old, but we have new listeners in Poland and Belgium. So for our Belgium listeners, we would like to say salut or bonjour because they speak Dutch or French. So hopefully that was right. And for our Poland listeners, we would like to say witam. Thank you so much for being here. We love you guys so much.
So cool. Each time, or like the past couple times, it's been like two countries that we announced. So that's been really, really cool.
If you guys would let us know how you're finding us, that would be really, really cool too. Because we have no idea.
No.
Absolutely no idea.
Keep it going.
We love it. We love celebrating. We text each other and we're like, oh my God, like so excited.
We're like, new country alert.
Right. And then we get super hyped, sending like the little flags and little emojis that go with it if it has any. But yeah, we just really love seeing you guys grow with us, and we're gonna move on to some other chisme because it's hot.
Yeah, and the good thing is that we don't really have like too bad news this time, which is really good.
We didn't look for it. If we looked for it, we probably would have found it. But we're gonna try and
we're keeping it mild this time.
Yeah.
It's been rough.
Right.
Okay, so this is actually what's crazy is the second time I've heard something like this, but a driver, so the story was a driver like veered off the road and then overcorrected, and it was a pickup truck that hit a school bus. And there's video
about it here, no?
That was the first one. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah.
So this one, he hit a school bus. It hit the school bus driver, like on her side, right next to her. Mm-hmm. And they veered off and they went into a ravine. And you see a video because there's a camera inside of the school bus. Poor lady. The seatbelt definitely saved her. So wear your seatbelts. Right. But what makes no sense, like we talked about before, is the fact that school buses don't have seatbelts for the children.
Right.
And the children, it was for special needs children. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure where they were going, but like immediately bystanders who had seen it were jumping through the driver's side window over the lady and going and helping take out the children. It must have been shallow where they fell because the water wasn't rising. It just kind of went on one side of the bus. So they were able to get all the children out. No life-threatening injuries. So that's what's really, really good about this story.
Yeah.
Obviously, they did
really shaken up.
Yeah, they do have to get checked out, and that's traumatizing. The trauma for real. But they're all okay. And this is just a reminder. I know it's summer, but when y'all see school buses, you need to be really careful, especially when they're stopped. When a school bus is stopped, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, which you should, but you're supposed to stop when a school bus is stopped. You're not supposed to go around them.
Right.
Because kids
especially if they have their little signs out.
Yeah. And even if they don't, you just wait. Wait and let them go, and then it's safe to go, because kids have almost or have gone run over because cars were not paying attention and they just try to go around the school bus.
Right.
So remember that for when school comes back around.
You guys do have time. Be patient. Yeah. It's not going to hurt you to sit there an extra couple seconds to make sure the kids actually make it off their bus or onto their bus, whatever it is. You got to do your part, man. Like, it's really not that serious, or it shouldn't be that serious.
Yeah. Yes, really scary. So just be careful.
Thankfully, they're all okay, including the driver.
Yes. Oh, that poor lady. I'd
be like, I'm so done.
For real. No, honestly, but they need to put seatbelts in school buses. I don't understand the thought concept on that.
It makes no sense.
No. But on really, really happy news, this one's really cool. They did, I don't know where, but they did a immunotherapy like drug trial clinical trial for cancer patients, specifically patients with rectal cancer. I know there's a different name for it, but that's just the easier way for me to put it.
Right.
And they used 12 patients, and all 12 of them were in complete remission after 6 months.
Oh my God. With the medication?
But yeah, so with some kind of like the immunotherapy, I guess. And I don't know how to explain it, y'all. I'm not a doctor, but something about like it targets the certain mutation that's causes the cancer.
Makes it spread,
and so they had 100% success rate, and so they're already working on like for other different types of cancers and stuff
to develop it.
Right. Yeah. But so crazy. I mean,
That's
100%
so cool.
success rate. That's insane.
Right. They
And
probably
in just
weren't
this
even
month.
expecting it to be that much.
Yeah. Oh, I probably not.
Hmm.
They probably had a
That's
good
crazy.
celebration dinner.
I know. I was just gonna say, imagine being like, it worked. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. I
so
mean, that's
cool.
insane. 100%.
Right.
Like, I know maybe 12, a group of 12 doesn't seem like a lot, but that's 12 people whose whole lives are changed right now. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because I
And
heard
they're
that,
no longer suffering in that way, at least
yeah,
for a while.
yeah, I heard that rectal cancer is like one of the like most painful ones to go
I can
through.
imagine.
Yeah. So, dope. Really, really cool. We'll see where
Medical
that goes.
miracles, man. Medical
They found
miracles.
the cause for SIDS. They found a clinical trial that has
Right.
100% success rate. I mean, we're getting some good news this year.
I'm just, that's
It
really
doesn't
nice to
outweigh the
leave off
bad,
of.
but
That's a really nice way to leave off the Chisme Chatter on a
I'm so
positive note.
happy.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness. And now we're going to get into some embarrassing stories. We had some people send in some embarrassing stories, and we've
We're
already
gonna read
talked
them.
about our most embarrassing stories on here. So we're not going to get personal, okay? We're
Yeah.
talking about y'all's.
We did our turn, so now it's your turn.
Right. Let's embarrass you guys. But we may have some stories that relate. You never know.
Right.
Gina, do you want to
I'm
start?
sure I do. I think I started some recent thing last time, so you can go first this time.
Okay. So my first story, Gina, I would be absolutely mortified, and I know you would be too.
Okay.
But let's tell the besties what happened to one of our besties here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I forgot I took a laxative and agreed to go out to a nice rooftop lounge with friends.
It's already bad.
Right.
It's already bad.
Okay. All right. I almost shit myself. Luckily, I didn't, but I ripped the nastiest part. I saw its expansion across the place by people's reaction, and everyone knew it was me because my friend slapped me and pointed it out.
So the stench is what radiated across the restaurant?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, he said a rooftop restaurant?
A rooftop lounge.
So they were outside and
Yes.
it still hit everybody.
Yeah, and they witnessed all the people being like, oh my God, do you guys smell that? Like,
that's so bad.
they all knew it was them because their friend like made it very obvious, like, oh my God.
Yeah. That's messed up. I think I probably would die. Not if it was me. If like my friend did that, I think I would die laughing. But I don't know that. Yeah, like I don't know that I would be like, oh, haha, look, and point out who it was.
No.
But I think the fact just of us knowing
Right.
who it was, I would literally be sobbing.
Like
crying.
if we genuinely did that, like we would be dying, but nobody else would know. Like
Exactly.
we'd be dying at the situation ourselves. I would never, ever in 3,000 years point you out like that, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put them on blast. That's messed up.
Like it happens to the best of us.
I seen a TikTok where these two friends were laughing, right? And it was so cute because their laugh was like in sync and it was the same, right? But one of them farted while she was laughing. And then it went from their laughing in sync to just the silent laugh.
Yeah, like when you're gasping for air.
It was so funny.
That's hilarious. All right.
Oh, that was a good one. I'd for sure be mortified.
Yeah, I would do.
I'd be like, we're going home. Like we're leaving.
Yeah, we need to go.
Yeah. I'm like, especially for pointing me out, we're all leaving right now.
And now I'm mad at you.
Yeah. Now I owe you.
Right.
I'm gonna find my opportunity.
And you know what's crazy is that I would probably laugh so hard that I would end up peeing myself and not even being embarrassed about it because we're laughing so hard. But at least I put myself on your level.
Let's see. Oh, okay. This one's just embarrassing. It's not really that bad.
Yeah.
But okay, so she says, this was during my sophomore year in math class. I sat between two gentlemen. I was really congested that day and thus pretty tired at the same time. I was resting my head in my hand and hunched over my math book when I felt a sneeze coming. I went to lean back, but apparently didn't move quick enough when the force of the sneeze sent my face hurling into my desk. My head smacked the desk so hard that I bounced back up like a basketball. At this point, I was just dizzy and Like, meanwhile, the two guys next to me just completely lost their shit. The one on the right is howling with laughter. The one on the left has his face in his hands and is snorting. The teacher looked at us confused, and all I could say was, I sneezed.
Oh my God, bro. If I would have seen that, when I tell you, I'd be crying. Oh my God.
So I thought this story was going somewhere else when it started. Like, I thought she said that she was congested. She had a sneeze. So I thought like snot was just going to like rocket out of her nose or something.
Ew.
So it completely took a different turn than what I thought it was going.
But it was great.
But honestly, my dad has a story like this, and I'm gonna share it because it was so mean. Because he was, you know how the two guys were laughing at her? Yeah. My dad was one of the two guys. So he said they were on a bus. Him and his friend were on a bus, and this girl got on who they thought were cute, or they thought she was cute.
Yeah.
So the friend said something to her, tried to like get at her, whatever.
Right.
And she pretty much like dissed him. She was like, no, cool. She sits down. And at some point on the bus ride, she sneezed and just came all out of her nose. And they seen it.
Oh no.
So because she had already dissed them, they were like,
they're like bait.
Yeah. So my dad said he was like crying, laughing. The guy was bent over in his seat laughing.
Yeah.
And the girl got off on the next stop and was just like, fuck you guys. Got off, and I was like, you're hella mean. Like, why did you at least try to hide your laughter? Because have you ever seen somebody like do something embarrassing, clear as day, seen it, and you want to laugh so hard, but then you feel bad because it's embarrassing?
Yeah,
I've done that before, and I don't know that I've actually concealed my laugh all the way.
No, but
I at least made the effort. I think I was trying to be respectful.
Intentions, Gina. However, outside witnessing you, bro, you're 0 to 100.
And I'll for sure be the one that's crying, laughing.
And even if you just turn around, like I can see your body shaking. Like I know you're
my shoulders going up and down. I literally can think of 3 stories off the top of my head where I've done that and I've been crying, laughing, and I did my best to conceal it, but it's hard. It's hard.
When you get the sillies, it's hard. And especially if we're together, bro. Like if we're together,
no.
there's
no, it's done.
There's no
at that At that point, I'd probably pee myself.
Oh, for sure. Because we're so fucked up. We just keep replaying it, whether it be visual or just in our head, and it'll just keep adding and adding and adding. And
after this, I have such a funny story to tell you.
Okay.
Well, I feel like you think it's funny because you know how we say stories to other people, and it's kind of one of those you had to be there moments.
A lot of the time.
I do. Yeah, I do feel like it's one of those, but I feel like you think it's funny too.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna tell you after.
Okay, don't forget.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, I actually have my own personal story after.
Oh, okay. Exciting.
So this is the time I got pantsed in front of my crush.
Oh my God, we were just talking about this. I was just talking about pantsing and stuff. Oh, I swear on everything. Okay.
Do you have a personal story too?
I have a story, but it wasn't personal. Like, it didn't happen to me, but it happened right next to me.
You witnessed. Okay.
Yeah. I know it's fucked up.
We're going to get into this.
Yeah.
Okay. So this happened many months ago and I was at school. It was in the hallway when I built up the courage to talk to my crush, Ava. I walked over to her and said hello. She said hello back. Now here's the juicy part.
Oh, in front of his crush.
So my friend Eric has known how much I like this girl for a long time because I have a journal I like to write in, and he found it and read a couple pages containing my love for this girl. Also, fucked up. Don't have your friend should not be reading your journal. Like, ask them to, like that's like a diary, don't do that. But that's besides the point. He says, So we were building a conversation, awkwardly at best, but it was at least a conversation, when he decided it would be funny if he yanked my khakis down. The thing is, though,
my khakis.
The thing is, though, not only did he pull my pants down, but my underwear too.
No. Oh no. The trauma is traumatizing.
I looked down too, and turns out, oh wait, no. I saw her face look down and she blushed a little and a little giggle was let out. I looked down too, and turns out not only do I have my dick out, but I also had an erection. So
I mean,
that's what I thought, why is that worse? And
I mean, that sounds like
I'm like, why is that worse?
I thought it was gonna be like it was cold outside or something, but it was the opposite. That's good. That was for your benefit.
Right. I think God was on your side. So I pulled them up as fast as I could and sprinted to the restroom. Might not have been the smartest thing to do since it just caused a scene, but I was not thinking straight at all.
Right.
I sat down on the floor and thought to myself, how could things get any worse? I mean, she already saw my penis when I was hard. Not only that, but she blushed and giggled too. I picked myself up and walked out. Of course, I got a few looks from her friends, and she was a bit red-faced whenever I was around her, but that was my worst experience.
It was probably an awkward experience for her too. Yeah. Because what do you say if he just ran away,
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, hey, it's okay. Like,
giggled, bro. She fucking giggled.
Yeah.
She said,
but maybe it was like a nervous laugh. Maybe it's kind of like, ooh, or something. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to be optimistic for him.
Yeah.
But that's rough. I would fight my friend. I would punch him in the fucking face next time I see it.
Especially if he knew how much he liked her. Like, that's really messed up to interfere at all,
Yeah. That's kind of the story that, like, what happened to the person
that you saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone else pantsed him.
So mine wasn't in front of a crush, thank God. But I did get pantsed in the 5th grade.
Who?
I'll tell you after. You know them.
Do I actually?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. During what, like PE or something?
No, it was during lunch. It was like I fucking vividly remember this.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wearing sweats. Okay. I was also, and I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but I had just gotten off my period. So I was wearing the cutest of underwear, and also 5th grader. So what is cute underwear? Right. I was wearing very much like full panties,
Yeah. As you should have been.
Right. I'm a child.
Yeah.
Oh God. And so, you know how like your cafeteria is like a building? Okay, so we were walking out of the cafeteria, head into the playground from the field. Why are you laughing at my trauma?
You said I'm a child of God.
Oh, sorry. And so we were walking, and all of a fucking sudden, I remember it was a Friday because Slap Ass Friday was a thing. And instead of slapping my ass, he pulled my pants down and revealed my probably Thursday on a Friday underwear. You know, the ones that have like the name God. On?
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it one of those underwears with the name of the
week? My girl wouldn't buy those for me, but very much the esque, the vibes. I don't even know if he remembers that to this day, but it's stuck with me, and it's still something I think about when I'm in bed, when I'm like, oh my
God. That keeps you up at night.
Yeah. It really does. Oh my God.
It's the worst, isn't it?
Okay, I was still kicking back then, so it really didn't matter that much. I said I was still kicking back then too, so I mean, it really.
You just start twerking.
Had I had better underwear on, I probably wouldn't have been better, like as embarrassed, And
honestly, you didn't have like a pad on or nothing. You see, you just ended it.
Yeah, I just had ended it, but
yeah, so that's even better.
Thank God.
Yeah, that would have been even more embarrassing.
God. Oh, trauma.
Oh God, that was great. Okay, sorry. Thank you for sharing that story.
Welcome.
I swear, if I have an experience similar to this one, I will share it as well, so you're not the only one.
Okay.
When I was 16, I went to a water park with slides and pools with my uncle and 2 younger cousins. I wore a regular bikini and went swimming in some pools with my cousins for about 40 minutes. We then went to this big slide thing, and after that, we got in line to do an even bigger one with my uncle too. As I'm standing in line, I hear some teenagers laughing behind me, and I turn around to see one of them pointing at me and quickly stop as they saw me stare back.
Oh God.
I then looked down. I had bits of wet, white toilet paper all down my legs. When I was a teenager, I toilet paper and put it in my underwear to prevent discharge staining them. I must have done it automatically and forgot I was wearing a bathing suit. I've never felt so exposed and ashamed in my life. This wasn't just a little bit. I started trying to get it off, but there was always more. I tried to play it cool as I was chatting to my uncle, and I know for a fact that he noticed because he always notices little things, but thankfully he never said a word. We are not that close, which made it all the more awkward, along with the fact I was touching my crotch way too much. I was paranoid the rest of the day for there to be more.
Oh no.
This just sounds like a story. When I read it, I was like, this sounds like a story that you find in those, preteen books.
Yeah.
About,
chicken soup for the preteen soul.
Yes. This is an exact story. Like, this has to be from the book.
Through your embarrassing bathroom story.
And I feel like every girl can relate to that though. Like,
yeah,
folding up some toilet paper
as a pad because I didn't have one. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. So I really felt for her in this one. I was like, the poor thing. It's just subconscious, like, right. Oh, let me put it,
She was trying to do the right thing for her and her hygiene.
Yeah.
It wasn't executed well, but that's a lesson learned. She'll probably be.
And then to be with was she with all boys?
I don't think
she just
said the cousins.
She just said 2 younger cousins.
Yeah.
No, but with her uncle.
Still, if they're younger, they would not relate to her in that way. They probably don't even know why she has it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's really awkward.
Isn't it?
That's an awkward
thing. That's definitely something that keeps you up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And imagine they have to go on like a tube together or something.
She's gonna chafe with all that toilet paper.
It's gonna come out on the water slide.
That's true. Oh my god. Okay, this is my last one.
Okay.
And apparently 30 years later this person still cringes, so I definitely can relate. I still cringe at my embarrassing story too. So I was in a park and a lady loudly called out, "Anyone who wants ice cream, come over here."
Stranger danger.
I headed over with several others. She handed out ice creams to them and then asked me, "Who are you?" I realized the rest were all her family.
She was not specific.
She was not
specific. And also, if it's a kid, you're gonna tell a kid, no, you can't have ice cream, when you just yelled out, if you want ice cream, come here.
Said, "Who are you?" I'm sorry, what?
This ice cream is reserved for family only.
This actually happened at one of my little cousin's birthday parties. There was this little boy who genuinely, I don't know who his parents were. I don't know where they were. I don't know if they were even there at the park, but there was a party and he just migrated toward our tables and whatever. And eventually my cousin ended up asking him like, "Hi, sweetie, like, where's your parents?" and this and that. Cause he started eating and she didn't know like if he had like diet restrictions or allergies, anything. She just gave him food because he's asking for it.
Yeah.
And
see, that's what's nice. That's what I'm saying. Like, a kid comes up and you have food, you're like, okay, yeah, it's a fucking kid. Yeah. Like, yeah, you can have some food.
Had something gone wrong, she probably would have been like super.
Well, where are the guardians? Where are the parents?
The whole time we never saw them.
No way.
No. And then when we left, he was like lingering around, and my cousin just told them, like, "Oh, like, go find your parents, this and that." Yeah. We didn't know what else to do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was very.
That's weird. Crazy. That happened. I guess not all, like exactly the same, but it was so funny. One time, my dad, we were at McDonald's, right? And he told me to go get a table. So I go and I sit down. We had sat somewhere previously when we went to order. He's like, "Go pick a table." So I sat somewhere else.
Yeah.
He ends up being on the phone after he orders. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting at the table waiting for him, and I see him come across. He's on the phone and he sits down at a table, and there was a little kid sitting by themselves at that table, right? So he's not paying attention and he's just on the phone. The kid's just sitting there, and I have like a clear shot. He's right in front of me. Right. And I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and then he was there for like a cool, I don't even know, maybe like 10-15 seconds.
I was like, that did it say 10-15 minutes?
No. He's there for like 10-15 seconds, and finally I'm like, "Dad." Yeah. And he looks up and looks at the kid and was like, "Oh," gets up and
like, "I'm so sorry."
But like, no one was with the kid. No one said, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, why are you sitting with my child?" I don't know where that kid's parents was, but I was laughing so hard. It was so funny.
He's like, "Oh, what the?"
He's like, I just seen a kid's head and I sat there because that's where you were at before.
Oh my God. That would be embarrassing for me. Like, especially though, like if the parent came up to you and was like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, I swear. I swear.
Right. I'm a good person. What it looked like.
Okay, the last one I have is kind of long.
Okay.
But it's rough.
Okay. We'll come back to this one.
Let's see. Okay. In high school, the homecoming dance was coming up. I happened to confide that I had a crush on a popular girl to another girl in my math class. Unbeknownst to me, they were good friends, and this girl offered to put in a good word for me. The next day, she told me my crush would totally say yes if I asked her. So in between periods, I found my crush in the hallway, asked her to homecoming, and she said yes. Booyah. That's what the person said. Well, homecoming is on Saturday. Today is Thursday. My crush, her friend, and I go to lunch together, and I offered to pay in the hopes that will make her like me even more. He said, yes, I was bad at this. She tells me she wants 2 bags of chips, burger and fries, and a small carton of chocolate milk. No problem. I go to the cafeteria and get those items like a boss.
He said,
for some reason, yeah. Oh, you got money. For some reason, I decided to jog over to her, even though.
No.
I decided to jog over to her, even though that really only shaves off like 10 seconds from my trip. I have 2 bags of chips in my mouth, one hand with a burger and fries, and the other hand with a carton of chocolate milk. The girls are sitting in the common area. The common area is carpeted adjacent to the cafeteria, which has a tile floor. These rooms are separated by a relatively small metal line on the floor. As I meet that line, my left foot catches on the metal. No problem, I have another foot. I will just swing that foot forward real quick and save this. Nope, the other foot also catches. As I fall straight forward, I instinctively try to catch myself with my hands. Well, one hand has chocolate milk in it, which promptly bursts.
Oh my God.
Sending chocolate milk in every direction. My other hand didn't help me either, slips on the burger in the bag, and the fries go all over the place. The last thing to break my fall is my own face. The face with which 2 bags of Lay's potato chips in my mouth. You know the jokes about Lay's chips being full of air? They are true. As my face collided with the ground, both the bags of chips hold on. Both the bags of chips exploded at the same time. It sounded like a gunshot. Somehow one of my shoes flew off. He said, I tried to melt into the floor and fade out of existence for a moment, then peeled my chocolate milk and chip-soaked face off the ground. This happened at a meeting point of the common room and the cafeteria, so everyone in both rooms either saw or heard this fiasco and looked over. The laughter was like a jet engine. Every person was laughing the hardest they have ever laughed in their whole lives. I saw the janitor doubled over laughing, bracing himself with the mop handle. A teacher was trying to walk over to help me, but she stopped every couple feet to use her whole body to laugh.
Oh my God.
Let's see. There is no recovery from this. I walked to the bathroom to clean myself up. The teacher could only manage to hand me my shoe along the way and continue laughing. In the bathroom, the laughter didn't die down at all for what seemed like an eternity. When the bell rang, I was still in the bathroom and people were still laughing. When I spent the whole day wallowing in easily the most embarrassing moment of my life, I thought, well, maybe I'm the funny guy and she will like that. The next morning, I see my crush before class and she walks up to me. She says, so homecoming is tomorrow. Eager to totally not talk about the whole shit show yesterday, I just excitedly said, yes, it is. She then delivers a crisp, so this guy that I actually like asked me to go to the dance, so I'm gonna go with him.
Oh my God.
To which I replied, yes, that makes sense. I totally did not go in the bathroom and cry after that.
Oh. Well, for starters, at least he had airbags to break his fall.
Right, you could have broke his teeth. Right. That would have been more embarrassing.
Yeah. And lifelong.
Yeah.
You can get it fixed. But that's really embarrassing. And it's
in
funny
front of her, in front of everybody.
Like every single stage, like my foot got caught, then my other foot.
Yeah.
And you can literally picture the whole thing happening.
Right.
I would have stayed in the bathroom literally until every single person left that cafeteria.
I would have left school. Like I would have been like, you know what, I'm just not even going.
I would have either ditched or called my parents, like, please.
For real.
Nope.
Like actually I would have left.
Yeah.
I'm just not finishing up the rest
around
of the day.
for this.
No. I'm in the hopes that it would die down by the next day.
I'm homeschooled now. Like
exactly.
Kick me out. Oh, it's so funny.
So embarrassing.
Oh my God. So thank you guys so much for sharing your embarrassing stories with us. We definitely had a fun time filming this one. It was one of my favorites for sure. Yeah,
we're gonna get into the wisdom of the week now. So this quote is by Francesca Riegler. Happiness is an attitude. We either make ourselves miserable or happy and strong. The amount of work is the same. Ooh, that's true. I like that.
Is very true.
Yeah. So I choose to have a happy attitude.
Right.
It's funny. Some days it's harder than others where I'm like, I know I'm in a mood and I'm trying to break out of it, but I'm like, just any little thing, I'm like, ooh, I want to pop off.
We've talked about it before. Like the term emotional hangover is like, like if I'm having a day, it lingers on for a little bit.
I think that was one of my days yesterday. Like I had a very social weekend, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but I just had to be very social.
Yeah.
And Monday, I was in a good mood, but I was freaking tired.
Yeah.
And I was off the whole day, dude. I was dropping things. I was messing things up. I was like, oh my God, I'm completely off today.
Yeah. I think there's a retrograde too. So that also could be a factor.
That has to be it then. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, the amount of things that I was like dropping or messing up. It was literally
Yeah. And it just makes your mood worse when it just like you're already like on 50% and then your pant loop gets fucking stuck on something and you're just like, oh my God, like that was the thing to send you over the edge. Yeah, I've had those days more often times than not. But yesterday actually it was a pretty good day, I'm not gonna lie. So
I love that it was a good day on a Monday.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to even be in a good mood on a Monday. Like
that had to come across.
Yeah. But especially if you don't have time, we always talk about it. Like if we have a super busy weekend, we need some point in our weekend to like recharge and just feel, because we can be social at times, but I feel like both of us recharge by being either alone or being with like obviously the people who are like closest to us, where you don't have to be like doing too much to be around them, just be around them, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's where we kind of recharge and get back our power in a way to then be okay to have the rest of the week go through, you know? So
it's like I'm especially not being used to being that social anymore. It's like, okay, I gotta build up to it. Yeah. And the weekend I was like, whoo, okay.
You're like,
yeah. That's why it feels like 2 days isn't enough for a weekend. That's why it feels like that. Like I feel like 3 days. What country was it that had that switched to 3 days? New Zealand?
Possibly, yeah. I don't know.
Some countries switched it to where they have 4-day work weeks and 3-day weekends.
Right. That just makes the most sense. Especially if you need to do like appointments or stuff, you can't make it for a Saturday or Sunday, so you have to take time off. And then that you take time off.
Exactly. But it's like I got other stuff to do during the weekend.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know we did. We had a lot of fun reading your guys' stories, but we love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. And
see us next week doing some crazy shit once again, you know?
Next week's
we can't. Next week we can't.
Okay. Okay. Bye guys.
Bye.